I'm in my zone. I woke up today, feeling brand new, nothing in my way. Sun gon' shine, yeah, it's here to stay. And I'm gonna say what I need to say. Hey, I'm feeling free. Everybody watch, I'm doing me. Go ahead and look, cause you gon' see that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing me, yeah, just doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, I'm doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, just doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, I'm doing me. I'm in my zone. Everybody watch, you gon' see. Everybody, I'm doing me. Yeah, I'm in my zone. Everybody watch, you gon' see. Everybody, I'm doing me. I'm in my zone. I'm in my zone. I'm doing me, yeah, just doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, I'm doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, just doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, I'm doing me. I woke up today, feeling brand new, nothing in my way. Sun gon' shine, yeah, it's here to stay. And I'm gonna say what I need to say. Hey, I'm feeling free. Everybody watch, I'm doing me. Go ahead and look, cause you gon' see that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm in my zone. Everybody watch, you gon' see. Everybody, I'm doing me. Yeah, I'm in my zone. Everybody watch, you gon' see. Everybody, I'm doing me. I'm in my zone.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Penguins Collective podcast. I am your host today, Josh. I am going to kind of kill some time as you guys roll in to join the live stream. I did cut the intro a little short. I'm here. I'm ready. I didn't think there was a need to keep the music going and keep you guys waiting. So we're just going to get after it. Going to start with just saying that obviously this episode and all episodes are brought to you by Rogue Energy. If you go to the website below, rogueenergy.com/Pens Collective, and use code TPC10, you'll get 10% off of your order. That is anything. Even when they have other coupons, use those. As long as you're going to rogueenergy.com/Pens Collective, it's still helping us in some way. So we appreciate you guys participating in that. We appreciate Rogue Energy partnering up with us. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm good. I'm back. It's one per episode, as the usuals know. It's one per episode where the camera just cuts out, but I am back. So yeah, Rogue Energy, appreciate them. Appreciate you guys for hopping in. Today was an interesting game. It was the Minnesota Wild in Minnesota. Excuse me. Sorry, I've been off for a few days, so obviously you can tell I'm a little rusty. Louie took the late shift on Friday. He's at a beer league game, so if that's why you're wondering why I'm solo, he's not sick or anything. He's just he's sweating it out right now. He's gearing up for the boys. So I'm riding solo. The Penguins win today in Minnesota, 3-1. So the format, I'm going to talk about the game a little bit, and then I'm going to open it up to you guys. So if you're here, you're in the comment section, start putting your thoughts in there. Tell me what you would, if you have any questions, if you want to talk it out. I'll throw it up on the screen. We'll do the way that Louie likes it, and then we'll get after it. But again, the Penguins win today, 3-1, in Minnesota against Marc-Andre Fleury in our last game against him. So we will dive into it, and I will be better. I'm going to take a drink of water because I feel my mouth is dry, and we're gonna get after it. With that, welcome to the show.
It's Crosby on Trinity shot. Penguins win it.
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
We're a collective.
All right, guys, let's get another crack at it, okay? I welcome you officially to the Penguins Collective podcast. Pittsburgh Penguins won 3-1 against the Minnesota Wild and Marc-Andre Fleury in our last meeting against him. That is it. Obviously, his season will continue, not only in the regular season, but the Minnesota Wild will be making the playoffs. So he will have an extended year. Best of luck to him as a former Penguin. I will always have a soft spot for Fleury and his accomplishments that he had here in Pittsburgh, as well as the relationships that he's developed. I mean, how many little snippets have they shown leading up to tonight's game with Fleury, with Malkin and Crosby and Letang, and they brought it up on the broadcast a few times in terms of, just their relationship. It goes beyond just former teammates. They're truly friends, all three of them. All four of them. So, essentially bidding farewell to Marc-Andre Fleury officially. I know we did that, I want to say maybe a couple months ago. Was it January, December, when they were in Pittsburgh, and we had the flower arrangement in the hallway leading to the locker room, and the video tribute, and then the big three stuck behind to hang out with Fleury after the game with family and stuff. So that was nice. That was their farewell then. So this was like the official farewell, since we won't be playing the Minnesota Wild again for the rest of the year. So with that, the Penguins took advantage, and they won today. They played well. Very interesting. The last episode that I was on, I said that the Penguins' play lately has been a little bit too late for me, and I feel it applies today as well. Cool that they got the win. It's nice to kind of just end a weekend with a win, kind of with a little bit of a high, because like I said, by doing this, I kind of ride the emotions of the same things that the players do. I'm not comparing myself to a player. Please don't snip that as, me comparing myself on the nice, same playing field as a player. By doing this, you're investing every minute of your time to watch the game. So like you ride or die with every call, and you feel it when you're doing the post game, show as well. So it's nice to kind of end this weekend with a high note. I mean, I thought they played really well. The guys that we brought in, I thought they played well. A little bummed that Tommy Novak got hurt. I believe it was in the third period. But I thought he played really well the rest of the game. Timmins and Dewar, I want to say is how you pronounce his name. I want to say Dewar. I thought they all played well. They had nice contributions. Obviously nothing stood off the screen or, off the ice, however you want to say it. None of them jumped out at me, but I thought they all played really well. I thought everyone played really well. I didn't really, the only thing that if you really want to be nitpicky on a 3-1 win is just like the defense in some instances was really poor, and our power play was not great. Yes, we had a power play goal, but it was like with like 2 seconds left, Gino was able to pound that into the back of the net behind Fleury. But I mean, our power play just did not look that great the whole game. However, you know, in terms of the defense not playing well, Jari was able to bail them out multiple times. Jari looked really good today. Very refreshing to see him play well. His first game since his, demotion, lack of a better term, even though that's probably exactly what it was, to Wilkes-Barre. And so I think that's like late January, early February that they did that. Because he played 9 games in Wilkes-Barre, 9-10 games. So February that they did that. I mean, he looked great. And say what you want, he should have gotten that shutout. I may have jinxed it because I said, wow, when we had that when we had a whistle and they were, just the little dead time, I look up in the corner and I see, 29 shots, man. It matches, it correlates. So like sometimes you see like, there's like 12 shots. It's like, I thought he faced way more than that. Saw 29 and I was like, well, 29 for 29. How about that from Jari? And then sure enough, you get that absolute bogus no call for interference, tripping, whatever you want to call it, on Timmins. And then all of a sudden, Minnesota Wild on a 4-on-1 and Hartman scores. Now, it really makes me even more angry that Hartman gets the goal, because Hartman is the one who dove against Malkin's call when he got the interference. I think that was literally, it was still technically a power play goal. So I think it was literally just 2 minutes ago that, Hartman took a dive. Yes. I think it was Rupper who was literally saying the same exact thing, because as soon as he said it, I said, yes, yes, yes. Malkin interfered with him 1,000%. You're not going to get an argument from me. However, that was such a dive out of Hartman, not Malkin, out of Hartman. Like, Malkin's a big dude, but Hartman literally looks like he's the same size. So there's no way he should be diving like that, falling on the ice and like sliding for a solid 3 feet. You look like an idiot doing that. And that's one thing that just drives me crazy with soccer, with basketball, and hockey does it too. There are certain guys who just embellish. It drives me up a wall. Now, I get it. You're trying to get the call. You got it. But at the same time, like, that one is so obvious. Like, you don't have to, like, literally sprawl yourself out on the ice like that. You could have, realistically went to a knee. However you wanted to fall there was fine. But just to fully sprawl out and, like, essentially dive forward for a few feet just to get the call, I don't know. Didn't like it. And then it just left an extra sour taste in my mouth, because then he got the goal that shouldn't have even counted. So annoyed by that goal. However, we ended up being saved by none other than Sidney Crosby. Not only was his first goal super sweet, but his empty netter was even better. So going back to his first goal, you have a loose puck that's essentially, was that a pass off the pads kind of? But it's rotating end over end. It's loose, bouncing on the ice, and he just shortens his stick, whacks at it, and literally it just flutters right past Fleury. Fleury was able to get there, but I think because of the speed, it was essentially like a knuckleball pitch in baseball. Like, it had a mind of its own, fluttered. Fleury just overplayed it and just went like right over his like glove shoulder area and went in the back of the net. Great goal. The amount of skill that you need to get that there is crazy. So awesome goal. But then that empty netter, that pass by Jari, because Jari is getting is credited with the assist on the empty net goal for Crosby. So Jari launches it down. I don't know if this was his intention. We'll just say that it was. He saw Sidney Crosby breaking, and he went down. He shot it down there as a long pass. I'm saying that that's what his plan was, okay? We're just going to ride with it because Jari had a great day. We're going to say that everything was clicking for him. He saw into the future. He knew Crosby was going to outrace Fader. He knew he was going to outrace him, which was wild because isn't he like a young guy? I remember watching him on Four Nations saying, I don't know who this guy is, and realizing that he's probably just a young guy that they're using on Team America because, you know, defensively, how deep is America? I don't know. But he obviously talented player. Should have been faster than Crosby. Even though Crosby is fast, he's also 38 years old. We have to remember that. You're going to lose some speed as you get older. If you are older and you haven't realized that you lost speed, trust me, you've lost speed. So, Crosby outskates him. And because I'm going to say he doesn't outskate him, but he meets him. He shouldn't have gotten there. They got there pretty much at the same time, but Crosby just a little bit ahead. But Crosby with the hockey knowledge, knowing that Fader is literally going to get stick on puck. A half second before Fader can even reach out his stick, Crosby single-handedly back check pokes it right into the net. And Fader, in his frustration, which is a little too close for comfort, smashes his stick off of the side of the net, off of the post, and the piece luckily goes into the net. But I mean, if that didn't go into the net, Crosby's right there. I'm not saying it would have injured him, but it may have hit him. And I'm surprised no one said anything. I'm surprised, you know, no one approached Fader. I know it was kind of like the end of the game, but like no one went up to him and was like kind of like, yo, a little bit too much, too close. Like you should have waited a second, wait a beat, stop yourself, let him pass, and then do it. And it's not just because it's Crosby. It's just player safety. It's just, I don't know. That's just me. But with all of that, that essentially sealed the game. Great game by Jari. Crosby, great performance against old friend Marc-Andre Fleury. Penguins win 3-1. Malkin gets a goal. Crosby 2 goals. Jari with an assist. Didn't think I'd say that this season. And I will say that this is probably Jari's best game in about a year and a half. Because beginning of last season, him and Ned were kind of like on this like tear. Those two were like, they led the league in shutouts at the beginning of last season. So I'm going to say, you know, since the beginning of last season, that was, you know, his best performance, which is saying something because we have seen some bad games out of Jari. You know, in the Discord, it was quite hilarious. As soon as there was a shot, I saw someone put in there, I want to say it was Angry Boot, that Jari made a save and Kara contributed the first one nonetheless. So absolutely, it's noticed now that when we can make a save on the first shot of the game, it's a big deal. And even more so for Jari to be called up and kind of get this second shot, because that's what this is. This is a second life for him to figure out if he's an NHL goalie. The last year and a half, it does not look like he should stay in the NHL. That's how bad he's been. Not even just a backup, but just in the NHL. Just not a good goalie. So, along with a lot of these other guys, this is essentially an audition. These next 16 games, where are we at? Game 66. So if we're at 66, we go to 82. 16 games. So these next 16 games, This is super crucial for a lot of these guys in terms of either A, their next contract, B, if they'll have a job in the league, and C, if they'll have a job on this team. Because we have a lot of youth in the waiting down in Wilkes-Barre. I kind of wanted them to be called up for the audition, but we're not going to get that. We're going to get these guys here. This is most likely, barring any injuries, this is the team that we're going to finish the year with. So this is their time. How are they going to play? Tonight, everyone played really well. Jari, if he can finish the season like this, I know you guys are going to hate it. He may still be on this roster. He may still be on this roster next year. So it's hard. It's like a catch-22 that we have with him. Because if he plays well, what do you do with him? Do you take him at this last sample size and say, yeah, we're going to roll the dice again next year with these two, with Jari and Ned? Or do you say, that was a great little spike, hopefully that garners some interest and we can trade him? I'm hoping that's the situation. As much as I like Jari, remember I was a Jari truther, last year, but I don't know. I think his time is done personally, but I don't know what the market will be in the offseason. Someone may say, I'm going to take a shot on Jari. Those last 16 games, or last however many games he plays at the end of the year, he looked great. I'm going to take a shot on that Jari. Now, same thing kind of happened last year. Ned was just on a 1-year deal last year. He finished the end of the year as our number one goalie because Jari, pooped the bed essentially, and earned himself a contract extension, 2-year contract extension with a nice little boost in salary. So I'm not saying Jari's going to earn a contract extension, but he may earn a roster spot. Maybe not here, but on another team. Because remember, we had to put him on waivers. No one claimed him. So that means that no one wanted him. So just going to say that is a possibility. That is something to consider going into the offseason. Last note that I wanted to bring before I pull up the chat. Everyone hates him, but everyone loves him. Mike Sullivan, 400 career wins today. That's huge. It's a huge number. So congrats to him. With that, I'm going to pull up the chat. Oh, there is someone here. Hold on. Before I bring in the chat,
Hey.
Louie is here.
Yeah, sorry. Driving to my beer league hockey game.
Nice.
Just want to say, Sidney Crosby point.
Yep. 2 points.
2 points. Josh, I got to be honest. I was napping a little bit today. But it was a good game. Good game. What was it, 2-0?
3-1.
I knew that. Because I was driving during the third period. But were you talking about the trades?
No, I was just talking about the game. I was more so talking about Jari and how well he played. And if this type of play continues for the rest of the year, he may have earned him a spot in the NHL. Don't know if it's with us, but he may have, extended his NHL life a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think he just proved to the NHL he could still do it. But he is no longer a Pittsburgh Penguin. I think that's obvious. I think
We'll see.
You think so? You think he's saying?
I don't know, but just because Blomqvist has left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, but that was a small sample size.
Okay, but it's still a sample size you have to consider. It makes me concerned about him. Does it not you?
Did I disappear?
Yeah, but can you still hear me?
Somebody called me.
Oh. You good?
Did I disappear?
Yeah, but you're back.
Oh, what
Can you
a
not hear me?
horrible time for someone to call me.
Well, they're probably saying, where you at? All right. Lost Louie. Oh, no, he's back. Hold on here.
Somebody called me, and it ruined everything because I'm on my phone. So it just
That's all
took me
good.
away. What was the last thing said? You don't know. You don't know if Jari is going
Yeah,
to stay.
because Blomqvist. I don't know. I didn't like the way he played. Made me nervous.
Yeah, but you know what? Ned had his rough patches. Jari has had a couple seasons of rough
Yeah.
patches.
Yeah.
Joel Blomqvist, Larson, Murashov, that's our future. Ned, he's going to be the backup next season, regardless on who we have, whether it is Blomqvist or it is someone we go and get from Anaheim. So I'm not sure who wants Jari, but we have 30 draft picks. A couple of those draft picks are going to be paired up with Tristan Jari to take on that contract, and that's going to be gone. That's good. That's going to be the end of
Fair.
that.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
I think it's definitely one of our current goaltenders who are going to get traded in the offseason. I don't know. I mentioned this during the last stream. Ned once again has been rumored to freak out on the team. Will the franchise be willing to be okay with that? You know,
For another
we
season.
know we know how Sullivan runs his team. Does Sullivan want a guy to constantly be yelling at the locker room, even if they deserve it? Is that something you want in the locker room for next
It's
season?
not. It's not, because remember the rumor circling after Lars Eller got traded that he was very outspoken in the locker room.
Say that one more time for me.
When Lars Eller got traded, the rumors were circulating that he
That's
was
right.
very outspoken in the locker room after their rough start to the year.
That's right.
So
that's right.
If that is true, then yeah, 100% Sullivan is not happy about it. I mean, Mike Sullivan doesn't seem happy with Ned regardless.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to be fair, the goaltending as a whole is bad. So I don't think he's a fan of either guy right now. But yeah, I agree. That's a good point. I didn't know about those rumors. And if that's the case, then yeah, you're 100% right. They are probably going to move on from Ned. And if that's the case, then they're probably going to move on from both. Because realistically, as much as I just said that it's a possibility that they could both come back, I do feel that they have to move on from both of them. How you do it is going to be very difficult, and who you bring in is going to be the second half of that equation. Because I don't think two of those three guys, Miroshov, Blomqvist, and Larson, are NHL ready. The only one maybe be Blomqvist.
Correct.
And he still gives me concern. So I see what you're saying. You want your boy John Gibson to come back home to Pittsburgh. Not Pittston. But
Pittston.
I mean, if he wants to play to Wilkes-Barre, that's fine too.
That's great.
But yeah. But
that's what I mentioned. That's what I mentioned last episode. Bring in a veteran guy. It's not like, yes, I'm selfish. I want John Gibson here in Pittsburgh. But why not? Bring in a veteran guy for Blomqvist. So that way Blomqvist can back up Gibson. You ride out Gibson. Because if he sucks, then you could just flip. But I don't think he will. So I think he'll be solid in Pittsburgh. Blomqvist will learn from it. And then there'll be a time and a place for him to start. But yeah, I think there's a lot to go on. I'm sure you're going to hit the trades a little bit. Feel free to do that. I was going to
save that for our weekly.
We could do that as well. But yeah, overall, I will say Tristan Jari did look good from what the bit of stuff I saw. Not sure how
not his fault. The goal was not his fault.
That's fine. It's still 3-1, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was an empty netter, the last goal.
Yeah, backhand Sidney Crosby.
Oh, is that his? That was the goal.
Single-handed backhand.
Was it nice? Was it?
Yeah,
Is it
he
going to be
he
highlighted?
out he out he outskated Fader to the puck and fought him for the goal. It was
That's what I
sweet.
love to see. That's what I love to
Yeah, it was
see.
sweet.
Okay. I do have to go. I have to go play my
Yes,
game. All right.
yes,
But I appreciate you letting me on here. Also,
yeah. Sorry if you were waiting for a while. I noticed you
no,
as I was going to put up the chat.
no, it was only like a minute or so.
Oh,
So it
okay,
was
cool.
perfect timing.
I got nervous.
But all right, guys, thank you so much for having me for a little bit. I'm going to go get out skated at a beer league game, and let's see if I touch the puck at all. But thanks, guys.
All right, see ya. All right, that was awesome to have Louie stop by, give his little tidbit of his opinion on today's game. Even though he napped through half of it, we will not hold that against him. You got to get that pregame nap; it's crucial. Talk to any of the Penguins players. Again, we're not putting ourselves on the same playing field as these professional athletes, but they talk about pregame naps all the time. So super important. So with that, I do see that there are some comments in there. I will throw up the chat. Oops, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I'll throw up the chat overlay. So there you go. You can see all the new ones as they pop up. So first view, NES wishing Louie good luck, and he's in a beer league. Nice. So NES, do you have a pregame nap as well? Thursday's tough to have a pregame nap because if you work like a 9 to 5, I'm assuming they probably start their games somewhere in like the 7 to 8 range. Like, are you napping in there? So when you get a minute, let us know. You pregame napping on a Thursday night. Ethan, we're talking about Jari. Jari should have had a shutout. 100% agree. Yes. Like I said, holy Jari from Armand. Now, Ethan, I think I owe Jari an apology. I don't think we're there yet. Great game. But he's got a lot of sins to forgive for a year and a half worth of not so great play. So I don't think we're quite there yet on an apology. But like I said, it's these next 16 games are crucial for him and his NHL career going forward. NES says 10 p.m. game, which is the late one. He does get a little nap in around 7 to 8. That makes sense. If it's a 7 to 8 puck drop, no nap. Also makes sense. Yeah, because if you're coming off of work, you got to eat dinner. And then by that point, you got to travel. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. Kitten Whiskers, shout out. You're here. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you from Twitch. Oh, Ethan with the Wilkes-Barre update. Appreciate it. 5-1. Yes. 5-1. I think that probably has something to do with the back-to-back because they just played yesterday. And then did they play Friday as well? Did they just have a triple header? Because today's Sunday. Did they just play 3 games in a row? Because they played last night, and then if they didn't play Friday, then they played like Thursday of last week. So they've played a lot of games in a short time. So not super upset about that. But I mean, they were cooking last night. How about that one, Ethan? They were just cooking. And unfortunately, they did not. I did not finish the UNC game, but I did see the score this morning. And I mean, did I call it? Duke run away with it in the second half? Okay, getting confirmation from Did the Pens win? Yes, it's a triple header, and Ethan, and that it is common. Yeah, I was trying to confirm if that was in fact 3 in a row or if it was like Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. just because this weekend has felt like a lifetime for me. 15 combined goals in Friday and Saturday. Yeah, see, I was thinking that was Thursday. Yeah, those 2 games were crazy. So I'll cut them some slack here, with tonight's loss, 5-1. Hopefully Larson was in net. I hate to see if Miroshov led in 5. But also the reason why Jars was called back up is because Blom is injured. Okay, so I know that when he got sent down, you put up there was like a tweet from someone who covers the AHL who indicated that he was not dressed for like that practice or that game or whatever, and that there may have been an injury. So it sounds like the injury is concerned. But it wasn't until the very last bit of that game. But UNC had tough, only lost by 13. Yeah, I know. It doesn't help their chances now. Now it's just the chances of making the tournament just keep going down. Got to see what happens in that ACC tournament. Armand with the stat for Mike Sullivan, 400 win, 400th win. He's the 14th head coach to win 400 games and has done it in 737 games. 9th fastest. That's crazy. I didn't realize it was that few. I thought he's been coaching, because wasn't he a head coach before with us? Or when he took over in December of 15, was that his first head coaching job? Does anyone know that? I know obviously Wilkes-Barre, but did he have any other NHL coaching experience? That's something that I don't recall. But either way, regardless, 400 wins out of 737 total. That's okay in my book. Granted, that's just over 500, but still, for it to be the 9th fastest. So that means, obviously, there's been a ton of guys who've gotten 400. I shouldn't say a ton, but at least there's 5 right there. He's a 14th head coach to win 400, and he's the 9th fastest. So those other 5, 10 through 14, have a lot more losses, a lot more games, I should say. A lot more games than Sullivan. So, did the Pens win? Head coach Kirk McDonald. I still think that's a fake name. It's nothing serious or anything like that, and we'll leave it at that. From Tony. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the AHL guy on Twitter. Yeah, he's a good follow. Just started following him this season. Okay. Ethan thinks he was an assistant because he had a stint with Torts. Yeah. He was the head coach of the Bruins in 2003. All right. Thank you, Armand. Okay. So we at least have like a season there of, approximately 80 games. That not a part of the Penguins. But Ethan Novak's injury worries me. Yeah, I mean, we're going to probably hear something from Sullivan in the next, hour or so, pretty much just say that he's being evaluated for an upper body injury. We won't hear anything probably for the next 12 hours or so. So probably tomorrow, if they do a skate, we play on Tuesday, so I don't know if they'll give tomorrow off and then just do like a morning skate on Tuesday. But let's not worry too much. I didn't like the fact that he tried to skate and then he immediately pulled himself out. Like he went in for like another shift and was like, nah, I can't do it. Definitely don't like that. So maybe actually, I don't know why I said upper body. That would make it lower body, wouldn't it? But yeah, the fact that he did not want to try it again and then went right back to the locker room, understood. Not the best sight for Tommy Novak in his first game. But besides that, I don't know about you guys, but I like the way Tommy played. I think tonight showed exactly why he works with the analytics, because he was, I don't know, he's kind of like a player who, when like in terms of like basketball, like they may not score, they may not get assists or rebounds, but they're always moving, setting screens. Like they don't stop. They don't stop moving, like old school basketball, just like everyone is moving. So like I felt like that was Novak tonight, prior to his injury. He just always seemed like he was, in the right spot, getting to the puck, trying to, move himself to get into a better position for a pass. Just, I liked the way he played today. Now, if he's not hurt too seriously and he's able to keep playing, that's someone that I look forward to watching the rest of the year. He was kind of the guy that I liked coming out of the trade deadline, of the group that of guys that we got. So like he was the guy that I was going to be watching going forward anyway. Ethan just puts up Cody Glass. Dude, that's just the MO of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, look, tonight, Vinny Hennistrozza has got a roster spot in Minnesota. I didn't know the guy was still in the NHL. Kudos to him. But that's just what happens. You leave Pittsburgh and you become a superstar. I'm not saying Vinny Hennistrozza or Cody Glass are becoming superstars, but they just work outside of our system. And that's the hardest thing that I think any GM has had while working with Coach Sullivan. I think Rutherford had the best sense of how to provide Sullivan with the type of players that he needs, but it's a certain type of player that you need for Sullivan's system. And Cody Glass must not have fit it, because obviously, he was not doing well here. And of course, he goes to the Devils and he just scores first game. I mean, I'm kind of not surprised. Did the Pens win? Throws up Jared McCann. Another perfect example. Hextall, I think it was Hextall, chooses not to save him for the draft, the expansion draft, and he becomes a rock star. So, I mean, it's just kind of what happens. And that's why I think a lot of people want Sullivan gone, for like among other reasons. But it's just he's got such a particular, way of playing that he needs super specific guys. And that's why, like, I know Louie and I made the joke on here after Four Nations. Let's just get everyone on Four Nations and bring them in. I was joking, you trade the Minnesota Wild to get like a bunch of those guys that were on the team. So, I mean, that they can fit into his system, and that they're going to play well. Just get them. And I'm sure, like, jokingly behind the scenes, maybe that's the conversation Sullivan and Dubas were having. Just saying, hey, let's just get a bunch of guys that were on Team USA and bring them here to Pittsburgh. We'll see. I think that would be hilarious if that's what happens this offseason. If in the offseason, all of a sudden, you just start seeing a bunch of Team USA guys start making the roster in Pittsburgh. That would be hilarious. I'd be all for it. As a proud American, Armand. As a proud American. Yes, I'm calling you out. But I don't want to try and drag this out any further. Louis did mention to me prior to me going on, so that's why he dropped it when he came in. He kept asking if I was going to cover the trades. I know he touched on them last episode, but I said I don't know. I'll think about it. And then, prior to coming on, I just said, let me just cover the game since it was a win. Let's talk about the game and how, everyone played well. So during the weekly, I'll give my opinions on that, because I think we may be recording that sooner. Obviously not today because of his beer league, but we'll be recording that and then dropping that out for you guys to review. Yes, it'll be about a week after the trade deadline, but I mean, it's not like we made crazy moves, but we made moves. So that will do it. Armand, oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Next game is Tuesday. Tuesday. What date is that? March 11th. March 11th. Home against the Vegas Golden Knights. 7 p.m. We'll see if it's 7:30, because today it was supposed to be 3:30 and it ended up being practically 4 o'clock. So Tuesday, Vegas Golden Knights, home, 7 o'clock puck drop. What do we got? Over under 7:07? I don't know. I'm going to say over 7:07. It'll be like 7:09, 7:10, somewhere around there, puck drop. But it's not nationally televised. Actually, I'm taking the under. 7:05. They're going to do 7:05 on the dot. But mark it. I'm going to make a note. 7:07. We're doing over under. All right. Writing it down. There it is. It's official. I'm going to leave it here so I don't forget it. I'm going to text Louie. But thank you guys for joining me while I go solo. I'm starting to enjoy the solo ones a little bit. It's nice. I like the comment engagement. I know Louie likes it on the screen. I'm still warming up to it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I like it in the aspect of like this no shot at Louie, but it's just that like I keep my train of thought. I can just go in my flow. And again, love working with Louie. I love the give and take, because again, I feel like now I'm filling and I don't want to fill. I don't want to do that. So I really want to cut this off. But the back and forth is good, but sometimes I forget what I want to talk about. Like this season I started with a notebook so that like I write things down so I don't forget. Because like sometimes like Louie and I will get going in a conversation and the back and forth is really good. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well, what was that one thing I wanted to bring up to talk about? And I forget. So the notebook is really good, because that's what happens when you turn 33. You get really old and you forget. So just throwing my age out there for no reason. But thank you guys for hopping on today. Appreciate it. I am going to hop off so I can help with bedtime with the kids. I hope everyone enjoys their Sunday evening. We will see you all back Tuesday, as long as Louie doesn't have another beer league game. 7 p.m. You'll get both of us after the final horn against the Vegas Golden Knights. With that, I bid you a good night. And as always, let's go Pens.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinity shot. Penguins win it!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
We're a collective.
I'm in my zone. I woke up today, feeling brand new, nothing in my way. Sun gon' shine, yeah, it's here to stay. And I'm gonna say what I need to say. Hey, I'm feeling free. Everybody watch, I'm doing me. Go ahead and look, cause you gon' see that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing me, yeah, just doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, I'm doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, just doing me. I'm doing me, yeah, I'm doing me. woke up today, feeling brand new, nothing in my way. Sun gon' shine, yeah, it's here to stay. And I'm gonna say what I need to say. Hey, I'm feeling free. Everybody watch, I'm doing me. Go ahead, look, cause you gon' see that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm in my zone. Everybody watch, you gon' see. Everybody, I'm doing me. Yeah, I'm in my zone. Everybody watch, you gon' see. Everybody, I'm doing me. I'm in my zone.
I've been talking in my sleep, I'm running deep, training till dusk. I've been playing hard to beat, I feel the heat, it's never enough. I was waiting till the sky had fallen, had my back till I could hear my calling. To the battlefield we hear the drumming, to the flames watch our hands arise. The arena destiny is calling, like the fire victory is falling. On the podium when we start humming, hear the echoes glowing every blast. I've been chasing every dream to the extreme, the essence of trust. I've been reaching for the stars.